All right, here I am moving cows once again. Some more grass puppies coming up. Welcome back to another video, everybody. So we are where we usually start in the morning, moving cows. And boy, there's a lot of new faces. I don't even know who the hell is who. As you can see, I'm pretty far behind on tagging. They pop out pretty quick, these calves, and we're having very good results with calving so far. We had two more. Hi. We had two more last night or this morning, can't tell. But the Hereford bull, I can tell you, is taking off. He's doing his job. So we gotta go swoop through the pasture and get the rest. All right, so this is one of the latest ones from today, or this morning. 4423. Good cow. Brown calf with a white design on his face, just like his mother, so that's nice to see. We're seeing a lot of red baldies, so we're seeing a lot of red baldies, meaning our Hereford bull is doing his job. And he's a young bull, but he's in the peak of his breeding life, so he's really going to town on these cows and he's doing a good job. So we weren't sure. We're always a little skeptical when we get a new bull. We got to kind of test him out, see what he does. Some bulls are lazy, some bulls look like they do a lot of work, but none of their semen is good. But this bull, A1, loving it. It's exactly what we need. We need more different genetics in our herd, so we're going back to Hereford mixed with Angus, mix baldies. So there'll be either a black body or a red body with a white face. Very hardy breed, Hereford. We've had Herefords before. They make it to over 15 years old. And Angus, so we get the kind of bigger body and better gainings and kind of better weaning weights. You don't want 100% Hereford because they tend to be a little bit smaller, but you want that hardy genetic. So we got to move this water trough and we have to find a new tap. We had a tap there and we got about 50 feet on a hose, so I don't know if we're gonna have to add a tap, I'm not sure. Anywho, beautiful day, no rain. We are wasting a little bit on this high spot here because it was pretty thick on a little sandy loam hill, but as soon as it dumps off here, the yield drops right away. Same here, this is all loam and it's thick. We should almost cut it, it's so thick. This time last year, we actually cut and wrapped all this field in silage, and that kept us through most of the winter for this group. So we're gonna have to make up for it with fresh grass instead. Now we have lots of feed this year, so that's why we're doing this. We always have lots of feed, it seems. So I'm looking for a tap to connect the garden hose. We found one, but it's not very generic. It's a little bit different. So you need a special end that kind of clips into there. I don't think I have that, so I'm gonna have to just swap it out with another one. Kind of take the one off here and switch it around. So we're gonna get wet, or we'll have to find another tap and just screw it in. All right, we got that switched out with the other style. All right, so we're back in Massaw moving the cows. We just got done doing that, and I run down quickly to this pasture here where we had been feeding them while the weather was still nice. While we had that couple weeks of dryness, we were able to feed them just so that we could push back the dates so that we can do another turn, let the grass grow kind of thing. So that's what they're doing now, is they're back on grass and grazing, doing another rotation. And I'm just gonna come down here. I gotta pick up the water trough, but I figured I'd show you guys what all that manure, oh, I forgot a reel. Ah, shit. Show you what all that manure and a little bit of rain does. We're hoping that we can kind of turn this pasture into something like actually usable with some good like vegetation that grows well, because now it's just bushes. We had like beach grass growing and some other weeds and stuff like that. So with the cows, we kind of trampled it all down. We fed on top of it, so they had to kind of like walk through it. They did thin out the bushes a little bit because they went in there to get the shade and stuff like that. So, and we didn't till up the ground with their hoofs. You know, it was so dry that they didn't sink in. So we didn't ruin the pasture. So just want to see what's growing. And right off the bat, see something's growing here. But look, this is just full of manure. Got a little bit of green over here too. So this is where they came to drink, so they trample this the most. And that's gonna take the longest. But we haven't had frost yet, and well, it's not gonna grow much now, but I just wanna see maybe we can see something. So this is a good example of what it was before we put the cows into it. This is just a pasture right next to it that we didn't quite fence off because we were supposed to share it with the other farmer next door. I just did a tour with the bush hog, a couple laps just to kind of set the perimeter, but he hasn't fenced it yet. I don't know if he ever is going to fence it, but if he wants, it's available. So I did just kind of clean it up for him so he can put his fence in. But I don't know when he's going to do that. He's probably not going to do it this year, so unfortunately all this is going to go to seed and all that. It already has, but we'd like to knock it down, and you can see what's growing underneath. I don't know if this is Kentucky bluegrass or what, but I'm sure it's a mix of something. But the cows, they would enjoy that for a little bit. It's not a very big field, and it's kind of not worth me fencing, and certainly not worth me fencing if the other guy is going to come in. So until he does that, then we can maybe ask if we can go into. But if he's going to fence it, he's going to use it. So that's the idea. So you can see there's a lot of grass here. I'm actually surprised, but it's pretty tough stuff. A lot of this canary grass and stuff, when it gets old, it's not very nutritious. And there's a lot of, well, there's the odd clover, and there's a lot of bed straw and stuff like that. And here's just one of the ponds next to it. We have to fence off so that they don't go in it. But yeah. Gentleman's cows are over there, so he could easily come in here. Just has to fence it. So this is kind of what it looks like before we put the cows in it, and it's been a number of years. I want to say about 15 years since they've been cows in here. So the fact that there's no trees growing is pretty lucky actually. But there's just nothing really palatable for cows. It's not anything good. So we should bush hog this and put the cows in it, really. Anywho, and this is the after of cows in it. So you can see where we fed the bales of hay, they trampled it the most. They just put down a lot of manure and a lot of cover, which is good. You can see stuff's already starting to grow. So we could have done a little bit more. You can still see some of this beach grass or whatever it is. It's still pretty high. So the idea with this in the spring, in the early spring, we're gonna come with the 4-wheeler and seed it. Maybe even frost seed it, I don't know. Sometimes you can go in when there's still some snow, and when the frost comes out, it actually pulls the seed into the ground. So if you get it in the, maybe in the high spots it'll be good, but not in the ditches, obviously. They're gonna be full of water. So we can gonna get in here in the early spring and just seed it down, and then you'll really see a difference. We're just draining out this tub. I'm gonna put it on our trailer, whatever's left of it. This trailer's been taking a beating. Basically not attached to anything anymore. There's a lot of bumps in this farm, so everything takes a beating. Nothing really lasts. So we gotta bring this up to the cows just so we can get them ready for the next pasture. The next pasture has no water in it right now, so we just move this tub from pasture to pasture. I like to bring it ahead of time so it has time to fill up, so that when they get in that pasture they have a full trough and we don't have to wait for it to fill up. And sometimes they all come to drink at once, and then they'll push stuff around and kink hoses, and then there's no water. Then they jump into the tub like this one here and they break the shit out of it. That one is busted. That's what happened. The hose got kinked or something. They couldn't get water, and then the bulls decided to go for a swim, and they put their feet in just so they could reach to the bottom and get whatever water they could, and then they slipped and slide and they just destroyed it. Now, these are $800, one of these tubs. So I call them Tupperware tubs because they're made from rubber made. They're good for like small scale hobby farms. They're not made for big farms. They're really not. They're plastic. They're nice to move around, but if these were like galvanized steel or something, they'd be just as good. Well, they'd be way better. They'd be just as light. Something more industrial. So this is kind of what we have, but it is kind of expensive. They're a lot better than the little ones. We used to have the little I don't know how half the size of this anyways, and that's good for about 50 cows. So alright, Devin's been working on this combine for a couple of days now, getting everything ready for corn. I added some flaps there, that looked pretty cool. Fixed the lights. He's the only one who can work on it because he has the coveralls for it, so we can't really touch it. He had changed that pulley, that was going. We almost didn't finish beans with that. We do smell rubber. Did you order that belt? What? Should have ordered that belt. Yeah? Just did change the oil, so that's good. So he's gonna go run this up to the farm where we're gonna be combining our corn. Just get it ready for when we're gonna go. We're not gonna combine today. I think he's gonna wait until the ground dries up because we're putting no-till in next year. So. The old girl keeps on going. So this is my off-road side-by-side, and this is my on-road side-by-side. It's the new Ford side-by-side. She's got 305,000 kilometers, and she's still going strong. It's the fully loaded side-by-side edition with leather. So we're gonna follow behind him with our 4-ways on and give him a ride back home. Weather looking good. I don't think it's gonna rain anymore, so that's why I think I'm going to be bringing some silage out into the pastures. We were just there in Masson, so it's a lot of grass, but I want to make sure they have enough. So we're going to go and bring a hay wagon full, spread it out in the fields, put 3 in each field, just to give them a little extra. And that way we won't have to worry about feeding cows when we have to start combining corn, so we'll be kind of dedicated to this. So let's go up there. We're just passing some of the ground. We're gonna be putting beans in next year. We got this, we made hay on it this year, but well, the hay is not too great. So we asked the owner if we could put soybeans in, so that's what we did. Oh, there's a snake in the road. We asked the owner if we could spray it out, and that's what we did. We're gonna put beans. We're gonna no-till some beans in next year, so we're gonna have 35, 40 acres extra on top of all the other. We took out another 15 acres of hay, so we're gonna have some extra soybeans there, and hopefully we'll keep looking and maybe we'll find some more. Who knows? We might get another 12 acres. You'll have to wait to see what exactly I'm talking about with that 12 acres. It kind of gives it away, talking in acres, but hopefully I can make a pretty good video in a couple weeks maybe, or well, I hope a couple days, but it's taking a long time. Anyways, you'll know what I'm talking about more. This will all make sense in a couple upcoming days or weeks. I don't know exactly yet. We're still waiting. Stuff doesn't go, nothing goes fast anymore. I don't think anything has ever gone fast when it has to do with bureaucrats and paperwork and yada yada yada, so we'll see. Anywho, let's just hope the brakes work. It's a pretty big hail. Good thing we don't have a 12-row corn head, or you'd have to take it off. Alright, this here be the cornfield. It's 640 acres. One chunk. Yeah, I wish it's like 20, maybe 20 acres. I lied. This is where we had soybeans. We broadcasted some winter wheat into the soybeans when they were standing with the fertilizer spreader, and that is the result. Looking beautiful. Actually, we kept the straw here. We baled it. I baled it like a couple days after we combined it, so the wheat wouldn't get killed. So Devin's going straight for the shed. He missed the field completely. He's gonna go put her in the shed. Devin ain't down for combining today. He's all about soil health, minimizing compaction and all the good stuff that you should be doing in farming. So he's not said go, he's saying no, the ground is too wet. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna wait, because you know what, we got nothing else to do, and waiting is free and it's not very harmful. I really hope he doesn't drive straight into the shed, because the extensions are up and he's gonna rip the top off. Maybe he's forgotten. Maybe I gotta blare the horn at him. Ah, it does fit. This here barn is turning, it's actually 100 years old this year. Wow. Yeah, that just fits. Anywho, we're done with this mission. This mission is complete. I'm gonna go home, have lunch, and then I'm gonna go haul that silage like I promised you all I would do. So, yeah. So we're just checking here. I swear that we planted a cover crop in here. This is just horsetail, I think. Anyways, look at that. You would do some serious damage if you drove a combine in here. This corn is just so tall. Ears are not down yet. I don't know if they would go down. So we're just checking, and I tell you, the ground's pretty wet. Some raccoons have came in here. Some misses. Well, the birds are enjoying it. Looking pretty dry. So as we're coming into the field more, you can see the ears are starting to drop. They're really going down and opening up. That's going to allow it to dry out. And that's a pretty nice size chopped corn here. We're going to have to count it out. So this is an 18 kernel circumference and 30 long. This one's a little bit longer. We just got our moisture tester here. I told Devin 14%. He says 22%. There's no way it would be 14%, but realistically, it's probably around 22. Now that it's cobs are all down and open. Just waiting on the ground, that's all. 0.5, wow. Huh? 21 and a half. Jesus Christ. That's cool. All right, so we got this out of the weeds. We're gonna be loading it up. Like I said, we're gonna be taking a load of silage to Masson, to our pasture. Why is this not going down? Sometimes it gets stuck. Go. Anywho, yeah, like I said, we're gonna make a load of silage, bring it to the pasture, and spread it out. This is our best bet of getting there successfully without any flat tires. Semi-truck axles. You can take the weight, you can take the bumps. And I might even wash the window before we leave. So let's get that all loaded up. All right, so we got a pretty freaking heavy load. We changed tubes. The other tube ran out, so we're into this, well, it's more of a Timothy clover mix. The other stuff was alfalfa. The other stuff was 65% moisture, and 2 of those bales, this tractor was like, not picking it up very, very well. So I'm actually afraid how heavy this load is, because if each bale is like 1,500 pounds, there's 3,000 pounds for 2 bales. It's really nice stuff though. So I'm not gonna be putting, I was gonna put a whole row down the middle, but I'm just putting 2 in the middle, because it's a lot of weight on the tractor. It's not the best trailer either. It is pretty tough, but it puts a lot of weight on the tractor. So we're gonna play it safe, and even that, it's still a little bit ridiculous how much weight there is on this thing. So we'll take her easy. All right, my stupid idea actually worked. Maybe hauling stuff with the tractor that far on a Friday at 3:30 is not the best idea. I had a lot of middle fingers and honking, so whatever. Haters gonna hate. So I just brought this wagon and unhooked it out here so I can actually get to it, because the cows are gonna just devour every single bale and rip all the net wrap off it, and I won't be able to get in and actually do my work. So that's why I just left it here. I'm gonna take 3 bales, give it to the cows. I'm gonna bring 3 out to the other pastures, and so on and so forth until we're empty, and we can head home, hopefully before it gets dark. We got nice alfalfa 65% moisture, and majority, I think 2 of them at the top are like a Timothy clover mix. Not the best, but still really good. Really good for beef cows. Anyways, they're gonna be making some good milk off of this, and they should be happy. So let's do that. And I didn't clean the windows again. God damn it. Okay, so that's the whole idea. We spread out some of the bales. I'm gonna give them 3 silage bales. It's Friday today, and we're gonna be moving them Monday. So I figured 3 is about a little bit too much, but I think just to be on the safe side, we're gonna do that because there is still a fair bit of grass here, but they have been munching on it all day. So we'll give them that. I unrolled it. My brother and I used to haul in the hay with the cattle trailer. We'd roll it in and then roll it out, and silage bales like 1,500 pounds. So we were pushing a fair bit of weight, and that sucks. So this is way better. I can roll it out with the forks and make our life easier. So that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to feed on top of the grass. So, you know, they're still eating grass, but we're gonna be compensating them with some extra feed. But I don't want them to overgraze it, and I don't want them to tear it up if it's too wet. You know, if it's really muddy, I don't want that. So that's why they're only gonna be here for 3 days, and then we move them again. So instead of coming here every 3 days and putting out hay bales, I'm just doing it all right now. And we'll monitor the situation as it goes. If it rains too much one day, we can only keep them in a pasture one day, then we'll just move them faster. And I just don't want to keep any silage back. I don't want to waste anything. Because I don't want hay bales out in the field and it looks terrible. So, as long as they clean it up, we'll be all right. I didn't realize it, but we're going to have a lot of net wrap. Kind of running out of room here. The steps are full. Anyways, we got 1 more bale left on the wagon. We went west, so we did the 2 west fields here. We put 3 in each, and we went east, and we went east, and we did 2 pastures there, also with 3 bales. And now I got 1 lonely bale left. I don't know where to put it. So we're gonna have to cross this little ditch and go into the next pasture. And Monday we will have to bring some more silage out here. Some more silage for the moo cows. And hopefully we'll probably haul it Monday morning nice and early so we get all those rats behind us again. All those rats running the race. They'll be honking at me Monday morning, bright and early, making traffic. Nice long traffic. I like that, you know, you look back and you see like 100 cars long just behind you. They're all honking at you. Nah. I try my best to let them go every now and again, but it's how it is sometimes. You're always gonna get honkers in life. It's just how it is. Haters be hating, bro. Okay, so we gotta go down here. I don't know if I'm gonna fit through that little teeny tiny culvert, but we're gonna give it a go. It's 4:40. I'm quitting work at 5, so tractor's turning off at 5 regardless of where it is. I don't care if I'm here at 5 o'clock, turn it off. Come pick me up. I'm done. It's Friday. Not working 2 minutes overtime. Yeah. So this teeny tiny super shitty culvert doesn't look like it's gonna accommodate my heavy ass, so we're gonna have to get skinny. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Ooh. Alright, that's good. That's not as dramatic as I made it seem, like just a little bit of rocks to go over. Okay, enough of this. Alright, well, we just stopped in at the parents There's a long line of cars up behind me. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till tomorrow or Monday, I'm sure. Oh, Mom got a new car. Let me show you that. It's no Tesla, but it's a Honda.